Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kyle Clark. Police are investigating what led up to a shooting inside a PetSmart in Lakewood this afternoon. 9 News reporter Ria Jha is near Wadsworth and West First Avenue for us with details on what all happened there. Ria?
Yeah, tonight 2 people are in custody as police say there were multiple shots fired inside this PetSmart before it led outside. And thankfully, no one was injured. Obviously, this could have been a terrible situation, so I can't imagine what that must have been like to be in the store at that time. So this afternoon, there were more than a dozen Lakewood police cars here after they received several calls for shots fired just before 4 p.m. Police say they found multiple shell casings and handguns inside and outside. Police say there was property damage to the store and employees' cars. Investigators say they know multiple people were involved, and they did end up finding 2 suspects in the area. There were 2 juvenile boys who they did arrest. Police are still trying to locate a victim that may be involved.
We're still kind of looking through video footage, identifying who is directly correlated or involved in this incident. We know that during our response, we have people that necessarily don't stay around for the correct reasons.
At this time, police aren't sure of what other suspects are involved. They're hoping that video surveillance helps with that. Lakewood Police is asking anyone with information to call them if you know anything. Reporting live in Lakewood, Ria Jha, 9 News.
Mountains got a nice dusting of snow today. There's a look up towards Loveland ski area earlier on. We stayed dry here in the metro area, but meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, we've got some wind that's making itself known tonight.
Yeah, I think that'll be probably the major impact for us. Even in the Front Range here in the Denver metro area tonight, while we're sleeping, could experience some 20 to 30 mile per hour winds knocking on our door as we're trying to sleep. As you look at the satellite and radar picture, you can see those mountain snow showers that we had through the day starting to wind down now. Maybe just a couple of isolated flurries will continue overnight in some of the higher terrain, but we're pretty much done with this one, and then we'll watch for the next one, which will be here tomorrow night, probably not bringing any significant snow to the area until Sunday morning. As far as those wind gusts, these are the current wind gusts still getting picked up out here. 15, 18, 32 miles per hour down here on the west side of town. Mountains and foothills still rocking just a little bit, and those will continue to increase as we go through the nighttime hours. Let me show you the box score, the weather box score real quick. 51 degrees we got up here to Denver today. That is well above the normal temperatures, and that will be a trend here on the Front Range for the next several days. We'll talk about that in the forecast.
Police say somebody in Commerce City caused a transformer to explode, survived the shock to walk away, yet has not been seen and treated at local hospitals. 9 News reporter Colton Chavez is along, and Colton, investigators say this person is 1, lucky to be alive, and 2, wanted for questioning about a crime.
Yeah, Kyle, that's right. And if you just take a look behind me, the video of this explosion, this is actually our man walking away that Kyle was just talking about. But the explosion was big enough to cause a power outage in the area. And police say they think the suspect, well, they were after copper. Sparks fly as multiple explosions from a transformer light up this dark corner of Havana Street in Commerce City Thursday morning.
United Power told us we should probably be looking for a body.
Instead, police found this video.
If you've looked at the surveillance footage, you see there's 2 very distant explosions, and then there's an individual that comes walking from that area. We can probably draw the conclusion that's likely the person.
Commerce City Public Information Officer Joanna Small says police searched this area for more than 10 hours.
We were out in the area with drones. We had our firefighter partners using infrared technology to try to find this individual. We found charred clothes covered in ash, so we could only assume that maybe they stripped out of like their top layer of clothing, walked away.
Also leaving behind this less damaged piece of blue clothing and this bicycle that investigators believe was being used by the suspect. Their message to that person who they say caused all of this damage and possibly to themselves is,
nothing is worth your life. No crime is worth your life. Go get help.
So if you recognize the bicycle or that clothing, you are asked to contact Commerce City Police. Kyle.
A snowboarder has serious injuries after falling from a chairlift at Keystone. The initial investigation by state regulators didn't find mechanical issues with that lift. A witness sitting beside the man when this happened Wednesday said the guy was trying to adjust his bindings, didn't have the bar down, and fell about 47 feet. The murder of a young father in Weld County last year has now resulted in a 24-year prison sentence for his killer. Jonathan Hayes from Wyoming was staying with friends in Colorado when he was killed by Benjamin Middich at home near Pierce. Hayes' mother said her son was a loving man who adored his daughter and made people's days brighter.
He was the sweetest human being you'd ever meet. He was generous, like, to a fault. His love is still spilling over without him being here.
Hayes' mother, Autumn Petty, says she requested that Middich be sentenced to 29 years. She says with good time, he would have served just shy of 22 years, which she noted is as long as she had her son. State inspectors have just started their investigation into a deadly elevator malfunction at a gold mine tourist attraction in southern Colorado. This happened at Cripple Creek at the Molly Kathleen gold mine, which is now closed. There was some kind of malfunction on the elevator that travels 1,000 feet underground, and an employee, Jason Mikesel, died from blunt force injuries. The Colorado Division of Reclamation, Mining, and Safety showed up this week to investigate. They said that they were waiting for OSHA and the Teller County Sheriff's Office to finish their on-site work. OSHA says its investigation will not be released for another 4 months. Well, the packages are piling up on porches and front doors this time of year, and for some renters at apartment complexes, that can mean extra fees. A guy in Arapahoe County called Steve on your side after his apartment added a $20 fee for each package delivery. Ricardo says that his apartment, Peak Line at Copperlear near Quincy and Piccadilly, added a service called Fetch. Fetch receives incoming packages for apartments, then sets up individual delivery windows for those packages to be delivered to residents' doors. Ricardo says it slows down the process of receiving packages, and now he's essentially paying the shipping cost twice. His apartment says the residents don't have to use the service and can have packages delivered to their own door at their own risk, but they still have to pay for the service.
When you use Amazon Prime, you're already paying for shipping. So now we're having to pay a second shipping fee. We didn't have the option to include it or reject it. And it's according to the lease that you have to sign.
Fetch has an F rating with the local Better Business Bureau over delivery problems. The company told Steve on your side they're listening to customer feedback, trying to improve what they do. If you have a consumer problem, you're welcome to reach out by emailing Steve on your side at 9news.com.